good one on tap, as it'll be the Huskies of Louisville taking on the Detroit Lions. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Keyshawn Nixon now going to bring it out of his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. To throw is Jackson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. The Lions had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. DK Metcalf, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. You talk about this Lions defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
Now it's Wilson. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now Wilson on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And out of bounds it's right around the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
On first down, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down.
But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Huskies are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Joey Sly on for the extra point.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with the win.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
No, we changed it.
Now it's Jackson.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now Jackson going to shift him around.
Jackson now on 1st and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd down, Jackson. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
To throw again is Jackson. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Davis going to get it again on second down.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Jackson now. And that is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. First down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd down and 6 now.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game.
Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Huskies have moved out in front.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's Wilson. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. T.J. Hockenson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Huskies will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now Joey Sly for the point after.
It's good, and it's 21-10.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores.
Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the gun, Jackson.
Across the formation, he hits Austin.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And it's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Report!
Here's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25.
Offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Bobby Brown busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And they're going to speed things up here. From the gun, it's Jackson.
And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. And think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
To throw is Wilson.
That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And they rattle off a big one. 52 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Inside the 10.
And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop.
Touchdown! A great effort there. with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Joey Sly is set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Matt Judon, his second sack of the night.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. In trouble, and he's taken down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And he's brought down. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down.
At the 40-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter.
Second and 7.
Throwing is Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
It's Marte Mapu. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Finding room at midfield.
And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
78 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now they try the right side here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
I'm not lying. 70 Timberwolves. Go, check.
On 3rd down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Huskies are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Jackson. That is taken in by Hurst. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team.